Welcome to the Powerful Comicsman podcast. This is Jerald Dorado, and we continue the 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series. Before we begin, let me tell you about Miyucha Lux Cakes. That's our little online bake shop of the best vegan pastries, desserts, cookies, cakes, and you gotta try our new banana bread. They're they're just amazing. It's gonna blow your mind. Don't it's gonna change your mind about banana breads forever. We're at hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. That's at HELLO.MIUCCIA. Check us out, Miucha Lux Cakes. And we're gonna continue the podcast. Okay, so uh, the podcast is also available online. Visit www.comicsman.com/40 life wisdom at 40. That's comicsman with a K, no C's, only K. We have all of the episodes there, and you can follow the the series until we count up to 40 for my 40th birthday. Mm, That's the point of all of this. I got sentimental and decided to record this series. anyway, so let's go on now. We have entered 3 quarters of the series. Okay, at number 30, tardiness is expensive. I think this is this would be this would apply to several aspects in your life. It's in your work ethics. It's again in character building. It's also a financial advice, and it's also about prioritizing. Okay, so those are actually a lot of things, but I think this is self-explanatory. Tardiness, or becoming what's the other word for tardiness? Uh, pro, what's that? Uh, oh my God, I forget. Procrastination. Yes. Being way too much procrastination is it's gonna it's gonna cost you because a few years ago I saw some articles. I suppose there have been studies about procrastination being being actually productive or even essential. While there are points in that in those articles, the study, um, I would still say that yeah, it may help you gather enough momentum or pick the right opportunity. But if you're gonna be procrastinating on on uh on a project that you want to do or anything that you want to do, and you're not doing anything else, then you would have to it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you valuable time to make money and enrich yourself. I think it's okay if you can procrastinate, if you can afford, if you still have other sources of income, then you can procrastinate on building up that new business, right? You can take your time a little bit and be more strategic, plan plan ahead, or sometimes you just don't have the right ingredients. You're waiting for I don't know, maybe either it's a trend to set in or the right partner. or uh, I don't know, the right supplier for whatever you're trying to do, or I don't know if it's services, whatever it is that you're missing. Sometimes you have to pick. You can't rush these things and just pick anyone or anything just to do something. You don't want to half-ass your projects, of course. That's one thing that we have discussed in the series too. But what I'm saying is, if you do not have anything else going on, then it will be devastating for you and your family. And because the thing is, you don't you don't have that much time anyway. Okay, so well, it's great. I'm saying this because I'm saying this from experience. I have wasted a lot of time procrastinating on things, and there have been regrets in my life where because of that, uh, I one of those is my comic books. I have procrastinated about those for a long time, and I haven't released a comic um, more than a decade already. To the point that I'm starting. I have started to become iffy in using Comicsman as my name because they don't see any new comics from me, right? But that's besides the point. Like, well, just for the record, I think I still can claim the title, the Comics Man. But there would be questions. But I digress again. So what I'm saying is these uh these these blocks that I uh, I use an excuse to not be able to produce new comics or whatever you use for your own projects. Those are things that you can work around. Diba? Pwede mong gawan ng paraan yan eh. And most of the time, as much as I'd like to blame it on being more busy with other things, I know I have I have I have wasted a lot of time, well, quote unquote wasted, watching YouTube videos, playing games, uh, well, mostly just those two, YouTube videos, and playing games. And sometimes I would do little projects that aren't too productive and spend way too much time on those, like some of my YouTube videos. Sometimes even this podcast feels like that, to be honest. But I think this is just something that I would like to to be a part of my identity, and I think the best thing I'm getting from the podcast is release. It is meditative for me, and it's like, well, it's like meditation. I feel relaxed. I feel happy when I do it. I feel fulfilled. But in the games, I'm sometimes I would there was there have been phases in my life where I get really addicted um in games, and it would consume me. I'm not even looking for jobs, diba? So those are things that could have been used for so much more productive activities. And if you're gonna look back, being become being almost 40 years old right now. I'm gonna be 40 in 27 days, I think. So it's oh, I realized these things, and man, I could have. Oh no, not 27 days. I don't know, my math. I'm looking at the calendar right now. But the point is, I'm I wish I could have take back those times, because sometimes I'm just really sabaw, 'di ba? Sometimes you think, I play Call of Duty mobile, and I don't play the multiplayer the multiplayer mode, or the ranked matches. I play multiplayer, but my goal as of the moment, whenever I play, is to get all of the camos unlocked. Right? So it's for me, it's fun. I spend maybe a couple of hours a day. If you're gonna combine all of the time, sometimes I do 30 minutes, 20 minutes. So I probably accumulate two 2 hours in average. And as much fun as I uh, feel when I get to unlock the camos, at the end of the day, that does not add value to my life. I'm a 40-year-old man. Okay. So, what does that add to my life? Diba? It's a silly thing to do. And the thing is, what's uh, what's tricky about this new modern age is, a lot of these silly things, they have found a way to make doing it a lot of fun, 'di ba? So if you're just gonna watch, if you're gonna watch videos about the games, the video games that you're that that's being released now with the PS5, uh, PS4, or even the mobile games now. Call of Duty was you would need to have a nice PC setup to play that back in the day. Now it's available for free on your phone. Uh, and it's a trap if you get hooked into it. And what's dangerous about it is, it can it can it can uh, train you to believe that, let's say, in my example, unlocking camos is important. To those not familiar, a camo is a Call of Duty is a is a is a video game simulating war. So you have guns and different characters. You can pick the characters from the game, and a camo. So a gun would by default look a certain way. There's a default design for every gun. So a camo is an alternative design for each gun. Okay, so that's, if just in case you're wondering what a camo is. Okay, so that's it. So you're gonna have to kill, let's say, this many enemies to unlock, let's say, 600 enemies to unlock a camo, that alternative design for that gun. See, it's not really worth anything in life, right? Aside from you in your little world playing that, nobody would care unless you're streaming. You are one of these popular streaming personalities online. You're not making any money out of it. You're, I don't know. Aside from the brief joy that you experience, that's it. That's about it. The moment you turn off the game, turn off you the moment you get out of the app, the experience is finished. You're back in the real world, and the camo that you've worked on for, let's say, a couple of days is it's just there. It's gone. You can't even see it in real life. And to to many people, these things become their life. They would not they would quarrel with their parents, you know, when when you're trying to when they try to call you and make you do something else while you're playing. Uh, and while these things kumbaga, doesn't seem much at face value, there's evidence to suggest there have been studies that suggest that these behaviors can give you a false sense of purpose in life, or you would have you would lose purpose. You're just gonna you become a nihilist. You think nothing nothing is worth fighting for, nothing means anything, and so you can waste away your life playing these pointless games. It's fun. I've been addicted to these pointless games all my life, but like I said, I've repeated uh, many times already. There's no real life value for these games. And well, I'm not I'm I'm in no way not advocating for the ban of these games, okay? I fully support your passion to play. I'm not saying stop playing mobile games. I'm not saying stop gaming at all. I'm saying do not lose sense of what is real and what is not. Do not do not let yourself be be buried into 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 activities that bring that doesn't add anything to your life. It's not anything does not add any value. So if you get addicted in video games or anything else, maybe you're addicted to food, you're addicted to porn, drugs, alcohol. These are all addictions, diba? But what else? Any kind of addiction, anything that when it what passion, any kind of passion, any kind of interest, when it reaches the addiction level, then uh, it becomes it becomes a bad thing. Even being addicted to love could be a bad thing, right? But we know this. We know this. And these things are easy excuses to be tardy. These are real because you think you have purpose. You think playing a game, you get to make your mind believe that your game is that important so that you could scream at your mom. You think it's important that you can you can uh, you can make it a priority more than finishing a deadline, diba? And when it reaches that kind of level, it could be destructive. I know it. I'm able to say this because I've experienced this. There were times that that I would choose to play a game instead of working on a project, on a paying project, and those are not happy experiences. While you're playing, you think it's worth it because that's what it does when you're addicted. You only regret addiction when it's over, and guess what? It like I said earlier, it gets over real quick in a snap. The moment you turn off your PC, it's the moment you turn off exit, it's gone, and you would have to face the the burdens, the projects that are waiting for you in the real world with real world consequences. Because if I uh, fail to finish a project, that's gonna cost me. Thankfully, that it hasn't reached to that level yet. I get to still finish my projects, but I don't know. I would not be surprised if there would be thousands and thousands of people who lost their jobs that way. So, in terms of addiction, I've been addicted, but the thing about me is I can catch myself when I'm getting too addicted already on something. That it's the ability to catch yourself that hey, you're slipping. What are you doing with your life? Diba? When uh when uh well, when I slipped before, my worst was maybe 2 months of Overwatch. And it's horrible when I remember now. Maybe more than 2 months, maybe almost 3 months. When I remember it now, it's that's 3 months of productivity lost. I can never take that back, and it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed. What's a stronger word for embarrassed? Not just embarrassed. Eh. I felt so weak. I felt so I can't even put into words how I felt, how little I felt. That I only got to free myself when I uninstalled the program. That's why I haven't bought the PS4 because when I had the PS3, I was so addicted to it as well. And it's uh the thing is you can always make yourself think that you are doing something productive, diba? It's okay, it's okay. Kumbaga, it's this is my way to unwind, this is my way to whatever. Yeah, to this is I deserve this. This is a reward for myself. Diba? Those kinds of things you say to yourself to convince you that uh, to keep on doing that, those activities. And aside from the health disadvantages, di ba? Staying at home makes you fat. I know that happened to me. If you play sitting all day in front of your computer, you know what, you know all of these things, and but the bottom line is these activities will cost you time, and if it costs you time, it will cost you productivity, and it would cost you opportunities to do more productive things, whether it is to make more money or spend more time with your loved ones, create relationships, and I don't know, create something that would put value in you, working on yourself, that special project that you want to do. If you want to maybe, I don't know, make a comic book, make a movie, write a novel, uh, fix your car, assemble a motorcycle, um, anything, or do woodwork projects, build your own chair, something like that. I don't know. Take your son, teach your son to play basketball. Uh, those are better quality times that you can use your extra hours. Okay, and again, be careful. You need to be able to catch yourself when you're slipping this way. Um, I've talked about that, being self-aware, and what's better than catching yourself is to recognize the slope so that you're not gonna slip, diba? Oh no, I have learned myself. That's why I did not buy the PS4. Although I'm probably still not gonna buy the PS5. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'd slip. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm still gonna be careful. If ever I do that. But if recognizing the dangers in the first place can prevent you to getting involved with that danger to begin with. So again, it will depend on characters. Character is self-restraint, having discipline, knowing that knowing what is what are the things that you need to prioritize first, prioritizing your responsibilities, prioritizing your well-being. Those are if those require discipline too. And if you're not going to be careful about these things, then I hope you learn, because you are in trouble. Mental strength, fortitude, uh, being productive, being exerting energy on things that matter more is less fun, harder, but it is a stronger willed person would choose to do. But of course, you can still have fun. Okay, I'm not I'm not here to spoil the fun for everybody and guilt you into anything. But being tardy, you should be able to catch yourself doing that, because tardiness is expensive. Powerful Comics Man podcast.